Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Hopefully, you all are well and rested, and so are your families too. Woo, y'all, there's some energies going on. I feel like the divine needs you to tap in. And really, I don't know if getting acquainted with this energy is so that you can be prepared, but it's like prepared for what? I feel like it's not like prepared for any battles, but kind of like maybe you and your divine counterpart are coming together and both y'all, gotta know both the light and the dark. I feel like your divine counterpart has been going through an ascension, tapping into the light. This is somebody that has always been in the dark though, okay? This is I don't want to say a fallen angel, but I do feel like this is underground world energy, okay, or underworld energy. Did I say underground world energy? Maybe there's something underground, y'all. Take it how it resonates, all right? But I feel like this energy here, there's definitely something here. I feel like your feelings are valid for whatever it is that you're feeling, family. They are valid feelings, okay? Take that how that resonates too. All right. We're going to tap into this energy and see what it is that you are feeling. Okay. But before I get started, thank you so much for your continued support coming over and tapping into the channel. I am grateful. All right. Very grateful for each and every one of you and to the new Soul Tribe family members. Welcome. Excuse me. Welcome to all the 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family. Let me clear my throat. Divine, please clear my throat. My crown chakra down, throat chakra. Crown chakra. Mm. Yeah, it feels to me like I heard that. All right, we're going to get some clarification on what it is that you are feeling. Yeah. Somebody is real ambitious. I keep getting this when it comes out with these valid feelings here. It's about ambition, okay? Whether it's yours or theirs, family. But we're gonna tap into that. So thank you so much for coming back and supporting the space. Let's go on and get started. Oh, to my A ones who are my day ones, never forgetting you. Excuse me for that. Um, man, because this energy, y'all, I'm trying to really put my hand on it, but I'm like, why are they so ambitious? I'm trying to like, why are they so ambitious? What is it? Is it your ambition or their ambition? I feel like it could be a collaboration of both, but I'm trying to figure out what is it that both of y'all. Hmm. Hmm. They could just be ambitious about partnering with you on something. Or they may think some sort of partnership with you would be better than something else. Okay. Mm. We're gonna get into this. Hmm. All right. Thank you for your like, share, subscribe, hitting your notification bell. Let's tap in. Divine, at this time, I ask that you provide us with protection during this read all reads and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, toxicity, or evil projections being directed towards myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you strike it down and cut it down as we too strike it down and cut it down, clearing, canceling, and releasing it back to the universe. During this read, Divine, I ask that you protect us with the mighty shield too, so that nothing can interfere with our minds, bodies, and souls. Ashe, and thank you. Huh. With this ambition here, you know what this is feeling like to me, y'all? I know this is the star and this is the ambition, but it's making me feel like this is duality energy because that looks like where the moon would be the two dogs, right? Going through. I don't know if this is like somebody that it feels to me like somebody is, in their star energy now. I don't know why I feel like y'all could be possibly swapping energies. So if you've been in the light all your days, oh, no, no, no. Ooh-wee. Mm-mm. This is a hot damn mess right here already. My spirit team is like, yeah, go on and say it. Go. I'm like, wait. If you've been in the light all your days, and your divine counterpart has been in the dark all their days, I feel like somebody or y'all are swapping. Okay, this could be, and I don't want to say a destiny swap, but it is definitely an energy swap. I feel like you've been in the light so long that you've gotten to a point, right, where you know what love is and you know how to take pain and turn it into power. You're a master alchemist. You may even have mastered your manifestations, okay? Now it's like since you have mastered this energy, and I don't want to say you've just mastered it, family, because you always go to the divine no matter what. But now that you have mastered this energy, somebody feels it's safe for you to go on and tap into something that brings this ambition to the forefront. Ooh, and then I look over and yep, they want you to tap into your dreams. Your ambition is tied to some dreams here. And then when I look at the bottom of the deck, look at that there, nightmare. Okay. Some sort of psychic protection shields bad dreams. I'm telling you, somebody wants you to tap into the dreams that bring in this good manifestation because I feel like there's something you've been dreaming about, you wanted to do. Okay. This could have been a project. Okay. Something could have happened with this project. Something bad could have happened with your project. Okay. Or someone could have stole your idea or something like that. And you may have put it down and said, I'm done. Right. This time, I feel like you're being protected under this nightmare because it's almost like coming towards you while you are in this energy because I feel like y'all have swapped. Like you've been the light. You were always the light. And while you were the light, you were very ambitious. You were going after your dreams, your goals, whatever it was. But it was like somebody was holding that up, right? So then you had to step into this energy. And this is where you are being protected and shielded from any bad. And I feel like anybody coming in stealing your dreams. This is what this is giving me. Ooh, wait. Whew. And then I look and see love and relieved. Somebody could be relieved at this time that you finally stepped into this other energy because I feel like you've been working in the light so damn long. People is just taking advantage of that. Maybe they were trying to push you into your shadow side so that you can, and I don't mean like doing nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that the power of the darkness as well. Okay. And you must know the power of the darkness family to function in the light. You know, you don't want to be walking around, right, oblivious to the shit that's going on around you because you're so filled with so much love. It's not saying, I'm not saying that you can't be filled with love because love is the highest vibration, but there does need to be a balance here. I feel like this duality energy I'm getting off of this ambition and these dreams with this nightmare, that's like you have some, uplifting dreams or, dreams that bring good things into your life, fruitions, but then you're also blocking out any nightmares. That's a total balance there. That's a total balance. That's giving me sun moon energy. Somebody who has lived their whole life, possibly as a moon child, has stepped into the energy of the sun. And you may have lived your whole life as a sun child. And you may be stepping into the moon energy. Because with this love and being relieved, it's like you're finally being relieved from maybe some, situation where people could take advantage of you because of your loving heart. Let me see. hmm Let's see what comes out, y'all. Mm. Clarify this love and relieve for me, please, Spirit. Clarify this love and relieve. Yeah. Wow. Clarify with the reason. Yeah. With this reason, it says, listen to advice and think clearly. Okay. Intellect. Love and relieved. I feel like somebody's finally relieved that you may be accepting your shadow side. Maybe some of you, mm, damn, some of y'all could be accepting that your shadow side is tied to religious beliefs, some sort of rule or commandment. And maybe that's the part that was needing to be relieved. Love is being relieved. When you relieve someone of something, that's like, you take a burden off of them. Somebody could be, damn, please, honey, that you relieved yourself from denomination or religion because you made some sense out of something here. Now, no offense to those of you who are, denominational, but that's what this is saying here. You had listened to the advice when it came to some sort of religion here, like love for a religion or love for something like that. You have been relieved from it. Maybe it was the way you were thinking or it had you thinking. Yeah, because it says think clearly and in intellect and basically an intellect or intellectual, right? So you have clear thinking. Your intellect is clear when it comes to some sort of religious beliefs. Ooh, I feel like some of y'all realize that some of the stuff you were going through was coming straight from the possibly some sort of you were blinded. Let me just say that you were blinded. Okay. Maybe there were a lot of false prophets happening, right? And as soon as you realize, and I just heard, damn, don't get offended. I heard somebody say the church is false. Wow. Okay. As soon as you realize, I guess the church is false. Okay. Not to offend anybody, y'all. Okay. I'm just showing you what came out. This relieves somebody. Let me dive into the word relieved, okay? Because there's more to that. I don't know if this is how the curse was broken. hmm I feel this on the chime. Yep. I feel this was how the curse was broken. No longer feeling distressed or anxious. Yep. Yep. This love that I don't know if you know whatever it was that you were loving or whatever it was that you were loving, okay? It could have been tied to, something religious, okay? I feel like, somebody has been relieved from some sort of distress that they were going through. It was like you started questioning. Somebody here started questioning, started asking people to make sense of something. Somebody here questioned a preacher, maybe. What is this? A catalyst, a maker, a mother, father energy. You may have been high priest energy. Okay, this is what I'm picking up off a mother, father, God type energy. You may have went to possibly a religious pastor, priest, or something, and you guys may have exchanged an intellectual dialogue. And I feel like within this exchange, and it could have been just a casual conversation with somebody too, but there was definitely some clarity. And I feel like, you got clarity on the church or something like that. That's crazy. Yeah. This is when they realized you were free and wild, that you couldn't be controlled. I can't make it up. It was almost like you remember back in the days or something. Oh, I heard that spirit. I'm about to tell them, dang. Back in the days, it was a sin, right? To even practice creativity and art and stuff like that. They looked at that as kind of like witchcraft or something. There was something, somebody could have talked to somebody about that and found out that the real witchcraft be happening right up in them synagogues. or them churches or whatever them things be, whatever they be doing. Because right now, man, I'm telling you, people are starting to find out why the Bible spoke of false prophets. But no pun intended. But this is what I'm saying. Somebody here, you may have been just hell bent on right, whatever your religion was, but then you got to talking to somebody about, how they felt possibly about something you wanted to do, and they got to maybe putting it down, or maybe talking down on something that was passionate to you, something that you felt that you creatively connected with possibly, and this had everything to do with your free will, your sovereignty, your independence, your free spirit. And this person here, it could have started in the church when you was a young child. Let me tell you what this is making me feel like somebody knew. The church knew you were intellect. The church knew you were smart as hell. There was somebody that knew you were smart in the church. That's why you were being watched. It started in the church. You could have been in Sunday school asking a lot of questions that normal kids don't ask in Sunday school. Really? That's family. You could have been in Sunday school asking questions that a lot of people don't ask in Sunday school. And they had their eyes on you since then. Like I said, when I looked over, they even tried to shame you about something. They even tried to shame you about possibly the intellectual conversation that you had. You may have been scolded in Sunday school for asking questions that other kids didn't ask. It would never cross their mind. Interesting. That's when they knew that you were a creator with free will, free spirit. Okay. Tell me more about this nightmare energy and this ambition, because this is giving me, you take whatever dreams you have and you make them come true, and people may try to invade, okay, the dream state. Okay. This would be done through rituals. But I feel like you're no longer ignorant to that. You're no longer ignorant to that action. Okay. Tell me about this nightmare, please and thank you. Yes, look, it's a past prison. The past, a prison. Yeah. Bitterness, grudge, refusal to let go. Yeah. Somebody wanted you to stay in a nightmare. Stay in some sort of nightmare within your mind mentally. Maybe some sort of trauma that you went through. They wanted you to stay in a nightmare because I feel like they felt this would block your creativity or block your connection with source, for source to be able to bring you out of that nightmare. I know we talk about creativity a lot, family, but I mean, you are a creative person. You can be, listen, when I say creativity, you could be a technical writer, a songwriter, a book writer. You could sketch, you could draw, you may sing, you can make beats. You know what I'm saying? Creative art, okay? Something about throwing plays too. Somebody here wants to be a playwright. You could be a poet, okay? But whatever it is you've witnessed, and this witness keeps coming out. Yeah, you've been a witness, okay? Something about to know the personal things that you know about some sort of evidence, or you could have personal evidence. Okay, this personal evidence here, somebody is afraid you could possibly speak out. Maybe they wanted you to forget something. That's why they were trying to keep you in the dark. They didn't want you to wake up and remember something here. They wanted to keep something in the past locked away. They're afraid that if because you're awakened, you're going to remember something you witnessed from the past. But with this ambition and dreams, it's like you had elevated, you had already, moved on to be this sun moon energy I'm picking up off of that ambition. Okay. Really, it's the sun, but with that heel there, it makes me think of the moon. That's why I'm saying that, family. I feel like, somebody was trying to keep you in a dark place. But why, Spirit? Yeah, they wanted to keep something bottled up. They wanted to keep something from the past bottled up. With this intrusive thoughts, they could have been projecting things towards you. Hmm. Tell me more about this reason and creator. Oh, that's a lot. Why all that? Something about pray here, death rights. What does that say? Last day in the light, and then call for help. Maybe, okay, here's what it was. I'll be damned. That's a cold piece of work, too. Somebody didn't want you awakening. You showed your light to somebody who was in fear of it. Soon as you showed your light through your intellectual dialogue, conversation, whatever it was, whatever happened. And I feel like this stems from when you were younger because religion is here, okay? And maybe throughout your years it didn't resonate with you. This you could have been this Sunday school kid that asked different questions than the other kids, or you challenged things. This brought some sort of unexpected ending that I feel you didn't even know about. Okay. And it brought in some sudden change and shift. And I feel like that's because this energy over here looked at you as being a threat to their religious beliefs, because their religious beliefs practice things such as preying on people. Okay. When you can be someone that can uncover the dark secrets of what's really practiced. Okay. The stalking, being invaded and watch type energy. Okay. Their death rights, okay. Um being able, the rituals that they practice, okay, death spell magic, right? And I'm not saying all of that, but look at it like this, family, right? Children are impressionable, right? And there has been a lot that has gone wrong with children in the church houses all over the nation in all religions. Okay. Let's just keep it 4,000. All right. Speaking the truth now, this may be triggering. So if it is, it's okay. There's other content on here for you. But I'm just saying, this is the energy I'm getting. It was like you may have been a energy that, wasn't subject to that, but whatever it was, whatever the conversation was about, or whatever was exchanged as far as you being intellectually intelligent, like you being very intellectual. I feel like, you may have had conversations that the average would not have thought to have, or you may have challenged things that the average wouldn't have thought to challenge. This made you, with this formal here, I'm feeling like higher up, like they looked at you as being some sort of higher up, some sort of honoring. It's almost like a preacher or priest looked at you as an honoring. um they immediately wanted to say goodbye to you. This is a child, this is small, they wanted to immediately put you down. I feel like they may have been trying this for a very long time until you reached out and called for help. I feel like when you reached out and called for help, you called for your ancestors. Okay. But this is giving me the energy of like, mm, wanting you to hold something in, wanting you not to speak out about something. Some sort of supernatural here inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly. I'm telling you, that's kind of how they looked at you, I feel, family. I feel these people looked at you like that. hmm Whoever this was, I feel like it started within possibly some sort of religion or church house. Mm. hmm What is this? Yeah. Somebody could have looked at you as being maybe someone who, yeah, the orca magic. It's almost like your Akashic records. Yeah, somebody knew. Ooh wee, somebody knew at a young age that your Akashic records was open. hmm I feel like it was somebody you could have possibly been challenging. Um, from a very young age in religion. And I don't know why I keep going back to that, but it feels to me like you challenge somebody who is supposed to be a higher up when it came to this religion, when it comes to religion, when it comes to stuff like that. hmm They knew that your Akashic records were open. hmm They may have looked at you as being tied to some sort of sea or water, fish. You can be a water goddess or god. You may have Piscean in your Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. Yeah, somebody knew your Akashic records was open. Ooh. And they saw you too. Look, this is what was the real threat. Not only was your Akashic records open, but you also had this glamour, okay? And this some sort of intriguing type of draw, like something that pulled people towards you, okay? This could have been a threat to them. Yep, this was a threat to them. They could have found themselves working too hard to hide you, possibly get in your way to stop you with this with this praying and all that. It started as soon as you showed somebody you had access to your Akashic records. But unbeknownst to you, you didn't even know you did that though. But they found themselves they was working too hard trying to stop you. I'm hearing shit. Many have died trying to stop you. Damn. Damn. Whew. Lord, what's going on with that one? Mm. Let me get this. Ooh. Yeah, I'm hearing many have died trying to stop you. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's crazy. Strange companions in stranger places. Challenges, use your imagination. Girl, man. Shit. There has definitely been, okay, strange companions in stranger places. Okay, these challenges that you could have been faced with. Spirit is saying use your imagination. This is giving me here like, oh wait, this is what this is giving me. Ew, I be feeling stuff up off these cards. Family. This is giving me the energy of like she's sitting in the light, she's sitting in the dark. Okay. Straight up, look at her background, dark. Look at hers, light, right? This is giving me the energy of like, you sitting down talking to your shadow self, okay? Remembering the things that I feel people worked really hard to make you forget. And it was through their projection. It was through their treatment. It was through their low vibrational energies being projected onto you. Okay. Somebody out here, even when as far as to, do some sort of death right on you. Okay. And I feel like, these were all things that the church started. No offense intended to anybody, but this is who you first disclosed who you were to somebody. And it was through the purity questions that you were asking. They looked at that as being rebellious. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. I promise you. And I feel like they had started working on you right then and there with this death right. Hmm. Because they felt like they needed to you get this done before you learned how to do it. And I don't feel like you even practice it. It's just the fact that you have access to your Akashic records. You ain't got to practice it. I feel like your mind is strong enough to, if you thought about the shit, it could happen. Hmm? Mhm. This was some sort of, hmm, this was a social practice. Hmm. And you may have had this, your shadow side is the one that was tapping you in, letting you know what was going on here, who started it, I feel. Damn. Okay. Wow. What is this? I promise you, this, I don't know, this bad boy want to stay coming out. Brother Raccoon, a safe place for you to go. You may have thought they were a safe place for you to go. I feel like, you went and you walked into the belly of the beast and let the beast know your Akashic records was open. And that's when they were trying, it feels like the hunt was on. It felt like the hunt was on. Now with this brother raccoon, find a safe place to go. I feel like now you are the hunter. The hunted has turned into the hunter. Mm. Mm. The hunted has turned into the hunter. Okay. Mm. A shallow grave. Yeah. It says you miss someone. You may be missing someone right now. This someone could have passed on. My condolences if they did. And this is the Quetzal cult. I don't know. And the priestess of time. What does this say? The time has come. The time to act is now. Yeah, some of y'all are being awakened, and I feel like you're being called to remember something or to act on something. Hmm. Being called to remember something or act on something. What? Tell me more. What? Why? What is this? The three sisters. Yep. The power of three. I feel like you are an awakened sister of three. The power of three. I'm picking up, and I keep seeing the three of cups right now, too. You are the awakened sister, maybe one of these three. Something about you awakening. Hmm. And we got two. What is this? Let me do this real quick so I can see. Mm. Let me do this one over here too, family. Hold up. Wow. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay. So we have out here, it says, oh, yeah, good. Poe, time for change to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. And then we have death and the maiden, invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. Okay. This is what I feel. I feel like somebody came in and tried to, somebody, that energy is here, has been here since the fifth. Okay. But somebody could have tried to, taint your space or something like that. Right. But I feel like in them doing that, there's something here with the power of three. Now, here's what I'm feeling, family. I feel like maybe three witches tried to come up against you and do something to invade your space, the boundaries. But with the power of three and things time to change, right? Bringing some invention with it when it comes to death and the maiden, violating and trying to do something of dominance. I feel like you already knew that. You already knew that. You already knew what it was. Okay. You were already hip to that. But I feel like there's three energies here that the divine wants you to know about. What about these 3? What about these 3? The fairy of the highlands. Yeah, it's time to be brave. Okay. So here's what I'm picking up with this energy. You got 3 witches that have come up against you. They're going to try to possibly do some undermining things. You're already aware of that. These witches are tied to religion. I just heard Jewish. Damn. They could be tied to some Jewish religion. Really? Tell me more. Amkali. From death comes rebirth. I promise you. You could be going through a symbolic death. There could have been 3 witches to try to bring you into their energy, really. And on the chime, from death comes rebirth. I feel like each time you ascend, each time you symbolically die, you come back stronger. And 3 witches want something. What is it? Spirit is saying, yeah, take care of yourself. Okay, but let's see what it is. The 3 fates. Look, these 3 witches are afraid of you because they know they did some sort of symbolic ritual or even wanted a physical death to come to you. But each time you ascended and you are Kali, it says, I am Kali. So these 3 witches wanted death on you. You ascended as Kali. And for whatever they wanted on you, they're now afraid. 3 witches are afraid of a death spell. And these could have been 3 witches. And I feel like, this could have been something that was passed down generation after generation. Okay. From their grandmother to from their great grandmother to their mother. These are generations, the same way that you're the generational curse breaker. Somebody here, you've broken a curse that was, you know, um, being handed down through generation after generation. These 3 witches right here, which is this next generation, which is within your generation, they're afraid of you because you are the strength of all 3 of them. And they wanted death magic on you. So now they're afraid that that's going to come back. Somebody realizes that they shouldn't have said something. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck, Miss Spiderweb. Somebody should have reconsidered their alliance. Hmm. They should have reconsidered their alliances. Because you've always been that energy. You've always been of the light. And I feel like the reason you don't awaken in your dark or in the shadow side family is because you were well aware of exactly who you were or what your shadow side was capable of or tied to when you had this intellectual conversation with this religious leader here. That religious leader told everybody, yeah, about a powerful energy shift. Hmm. They was told about a powerful energy shift. And I feel like you're that powerful energy shift. You were powerful when you was a kid. So all that did was just, make people more nervous or something like that. What came out? Or flipped? Where did it flip? There we go. Wait, wait a minute, wait a minute. There we go. Yeah, a loyal guardian, right? It says a magical protector is there for you, but that came out in the reverse. Why did this loyal guardian come out in the reverse? And that's something else too, because it's a rot. You may have a Rottweiler. You had a loyal protector. You could have had a Rottweiler that passed. Somebody could have did something to your dog. What? You had a loyal protector? It was your rot. These witches did something to your damn dog? Yeah. Dang, y'all. I think everything flipped upside down. You could these people did something to a loyal protector that you had. Okay. It could have been your dog. Could have been a rot. Somebody did something to your dog. It was these three witches. They could have paid somebody. Okay. I feel like they could have paid somebody to do something. Y'all, let me get these back right because hmm. Okay. And I'm also feeling like somebody here could be afraid they're gonna lose their dog now. It's that what goes around comes around. So hey, what comes around? Somebody could have took a dog from you, and that could have really hurt you. Now they're getting ready to experience this. Somebody's dog's about to die. I'm sorry for whoever that's triggering for or resonating with, but somebody's dog out of these three witches is about to die because they did something to your dog. Mm. Yeah. Ooh. A fairy ring. New skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. Yep. Ooh wee. Listen, somebody dog about to die. And bats in the belfry, you can achieve great things. Yeah, look, they're nervous about you because they know there's been a lot of things they've been doing, and this could have started for a very long time. And this could have been happening throughout your years. You could have had several dogs pass on you, and you didn't know why. Well, now they're afraid their dog's about to die. Damn. So their dog's about to die. Damn. What kind of shit is this, Spirit? Little Owlin. Wisdom as light as a feather. Damn. So whatever they took from you, because I feel like that was like somebody you really loved. Alice in the Sea of Tears, yeah, cast away out of your depths, yeah, feeling abandoned. Yeah, when they took your dog from you, that really broke some of y'all down. You don't have no children. That was your child type energy. Oh shit. Why I see John Wick? You see how John Wick took niggas out over a dog? Facts. The dog that his wife left him, also this could be somebody too that had fallen. They took somebody from you. This could have been a loved one. You could have lost I heard your children's father. Mm, what? So these three witches had something to do with your children's father's death? Ooh, what? Look, the angel of alchemy. Boom. You the miracle worker. They in trouble. Folks about to start dropping like flies. They killed your dog and somebody close to you. Oh, I'm sorry, unalived. Excuse me. Yep. A clockwork pumpkin, a wonderful idea and an aha moment. See, this is what it was. They was like, yeah, we got this one. Da 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 da. We know we could get them here. We could corner them. We can. Bitch, you can sit down because you just got found out. Now, since we know what you thought you was about to do, sending them demons on that ass is what we about to do. Send out your demons, family. Send them right over there to battle these witches. Yeah, I feel like they was coming for your life. They did come for somebody's life that you actually was with. And they put imposters there and had that person set up and did something to them. You lost someone close to you and your dog behind these witches that were informed a long time ago that you had access to your Akashic records. They've been doing things to you your whole life. Not Liz Princess, power and personal growth. hmm Yeah, somebody over here wants some compassion and empathy. I think not. Yeah, they want some compassion and empathy, hoping somebody yields because now you know who they are. Mm, okay. Tell me. There we go. Pink Lotus Fairy. Pink Lotus Fairy. A time for spirit. Yep. Somebody gonna be running to their spirit team because they already know. Now that you know, you can ask for justice. You calling down justice? All right, I heard that. You calling down justice. Little Red Riding Hood. Yep. You are not a victim at the bottom of the deck. You calling down justice. Let's see what come out. I feel like you about to do a John Wick. I ain't lying. Once you find this out, family, you about to do a John Wick. Yep, the Nine of Swords, woo wee, with the Two of Pentacles, bringing some stuff into balance. These people have been probably attacking you, maybe trying to have you with anxiety, deprivation. Okay, they was trying to push you to a breaking point. I feel like your spirit team brought some shit into balance. Now that you know what they was doing, I feel like you about to start headhunting for people. You're gonna start tearing their asses up in the 3D and in the spiritual realm. hmm Wow. Yep. And what is this? The four club, the four, yep, period. The four of cups and the moon in the reverse. Listen here. It took you a while to figure out what was going on. Now this information is no longer hidden from you. The illusions and the confusion are no longer there. This discontent energy that you've been having, I feel like you know what's going on now. You know you've been being attacked by some motherfucking witches and shit. Now, I feel like they didn't want you to wake up. They did not want you to wake up to your power, your strength, and who you were. hmm You weren't supposed to be here by now. Okay? Straight up. I can't make it up. With the Five of Pentacles, you was not supposed to be here by now. These bitches, or these witches, excuse me, they about to get it. You about to hit them hard. I feel your spirit team is about to come for they dogs, they cats, they birds. What they did to you, they about to get done. The shh. hmm That King of Cups, that King of Cups energy. Yeah, these witches did it because they was too busy trying to chase somebody's candy cane, candy stick. Okay, a King of Cups. This is a King of Cups that has been messing with three witches because this is their sex ritual. They wanted to keep this King of Cups. You don't mind them keeping the King of Cups, but you could have been messing with this King of Cups too. Somebody found out you was messing with a King of Cups. This is a coven of women. They be having menages and some more stuff, y'all. Okay, this is gonna be a late night load up. I can't make it up. You knew it. You knew it. You knew it. You knew every time you even got with this person, you could tell they was out there. You could tell they were out there. They was having whole menages with three witches. This is somebody that was giving themselves to three witches, and then they was coming back. He was coming back and depleting your energy. Look, the King of Swords, that's the truth. With the Four of Swords, yeah. Period. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Somebody had to take a step back and see what they was doing, but look, you was already feeling it. And then you got the Four of Swords here. Some more, you could have been questioning this energy like, motherfucker, you sure you only messing with me and only me type energy? And yeah, it's only you. Lying. And you was coming straight up. You were coming straight with it. You didn't try to hide. You were like, look, just tell me if that's what it is, let me know. So, I know how to protect myself. Nah, he was stealing your energy, taking it back to three witches so that they could do witchcraft on you. Look, I can't make it up. Period. You the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. You was already independent, self-sufficient, and had everything you needed. Okay, this is something that he had wanted. Maybe you left this energy. Maybe he was, and maybe you left this energy. They weren't with you anymore. But they remembered your energy from the past. Maybe that's how they came up in the past. They were stealing your energy in the past. Your energy was abundant to this energy. They've been stealing your energy, taking it back to three witches that they was messing with. These three witches was causing you a lot of misfortune the whole time, and you didn't even know it, family. Some damn preacher put the word out on the street about you. hmm Then you get the Nine of Wands. Yeah, they put the word out about you, letting them know. Yeah, you resilient. You done withstood the test of times. You done persevered through a lot. You're persistent. They was like, yeah, right, we'll break them down. They was sending in somebody to have physical contact with you, deplete you. This person was running back taking your energy. Look at this shit here. This person was running back, taking your energy to three witches. And look at this shit right here. Divine masculine coming out in the reverse. Yeah, he was not a leader. He was not an authoritative figure. He was basically being drained and pimped by three witches. They was stealing your energy for three witches, taking it back, and these three witches was all over this energy. They was having these big, huge smex orgies, and he was giving they your energy that he had took from you to them, yeah, so that they could do this, so that they could do that. That's spell magic on you, but you wasn't supposed to be here. You was not supposed to be here. You hear me? I'm telling you, I can't make it up. He was tied to the devil. This person has smex addictions, smex addictions. Okay, very toxic codependency on this sexual contact. They could have even been trying to get you lured in with some sex magic with somebody, but he was definitely taking your energy back to them. This could have been, oh, excuse me, somebody you thought was your soulmate with this two of cups. You thought they was your soulmate. You could have thought this was your soulmate, family. This energy was not your soulmate. This energy was an imposter. Yeah, spirit is telling you, nah, take some time. Take some time. Regroup. Okay. Um, Still move with confidence and growth, right? Still move with confidence, still grow, but take your time, okay? Rome wasn't built in one day. Be patient because you don't want to get another stalemate. And you had a stalemate that was tied real deep in with sexual witchcraft. And this is why you were feeling so drained because he had to drain enough energy off of you to go take it to three damn witches. He was taking energy from you and giving it to three witches. Mm, mm, that's too much. Let's go. Woo! That's amazing. Let me get three clarifiers, please. Wow. Three. One, two. Okay. Three. You're learning of this. Okay. Um, you may not have known what your divine purpose was, but you learned what it is. And I feel like you are to save the masses from these types of energies. hmm Yeah, you got to save the masses from these types of energies. You may not have known what your purpose was, but somebody knew it back then, and it could have been that somebody knew. And I feel like it started within some sort of church you were going to, or some sort of Sunday school or something. But with this Xenial here, and a strong friendship. This is somebody that you was actually thought you was really the trust type energy. This is somebody you didn't think would ever do anything like that, but they knew a lot about that. They knew a lot about witchcraft. They knew a lot about sex magic. You didn't know about it. But this person was always, it was like they were draining energy. It was like, and I mean, you might be drained for 3 days, family. I ain't lying, mess with this person. You just be feeling like, dang, This was somebody you may have noticed was draining your energy like that. Look, they didn't want you to even believe that it was them. Oh, wait. They didn't even want you to tap in and believe that it was them. It was them. Whoever you was thinking about, it was them. Look, let me tell you something. You see this right here? They didn't want you to wake up. They didn't want you to wake up to this. This is what they were trying to hide from you. This is what they were trying to hide from you. This is what they wanted you to stay asleep to and keep the past locked up. They did not want you to wake up to the fact that what your divine purpose was. They didn't want you to learn about it. They didn't want you to believe anything because, yeah, this Xenio here, this friend, this strong friendship you thought you were in, this was the one. This was the one right here that was doing all the bullshit. They was messing with a lot of different energies, and all of them were witches. All of them were witches. Yep. It was some sort of giving and receiving type energy. Somebody was trying to hold on because they felt you could have been supporting something in some sort of way. You could have been supporting their luxurious lifestyles, their materialisms. Yeah, you was bringing in the balance and the stability for these people. Hmm. And when they found out that first of all, this energy couldn't even touch you anymore. So they've been looking for your energy in others, and they're not able to find it. They don't circle back around because you're still youthful. Yeah. And look, they found out they wanted to walk away. I felt that. Once they found out that energy wanted to walk away from them because he wasn't getting the pleasure out of them. The pleasure was coming from you. And he was able to take that energy back to them and exchange it through sexual contact. Once he couldn't get that energy from you anymore, family, and he couldn't get anybody that matched that energy field, he didn't want to be with them no more. He wanted to call it off. Soon as they found out he wanted to call it off, oh shit, they was hunting to kill you. Oops, excuse me. They was hunting to unalive you. They was hunting to unalive you. Hmm. Because he knew where the energy source came from. Spirit is saying, yeah, it's about time you know what's going on. That's a triumph for you. So now you know who the three witches are. You know who they are. I feel like you know exactly who they are. Mm. No, they are not your race, for whoever that was. No, I'm hearing Celtic, whatever Celtic is. They're Celtic. Yeah, these are not energies that practice any kindness at all. Okay. They wanted you to miss every opportunity. They didn't want something to come in divine timing. I feel like whatever they were trying to block, it still came out because you have access to your Akashic records. Whatever they were trying to keep held up in that prison, okay, Eight of Swords energy, it still came out in your Akashic records. Yeah, I'm telling you. See, they've been using some sort of unique magic here. This is what I'm getting. They were using some sort of unique magic, okay? This was an unseen force that you didn't know about, and that's the smacks. Once you realize that's what they were using, I feel like they stuff is getting blocked. Everything's coming out in the reverse. Like, yeah, like you learned. Learning is in the upright. You learned the things that they did not want you to learn. You learned your divine purpose. You believed in source and you were triumphant. So by you learning, you became triumphant and you learned about all of their magic, possibly even when they would possibly try to do them, the timing of them, Okay. You learned about their fakeness when it came to them being kind. You knew that was fake and a front. You learned about your purpose and the divine timing, and you believed and had faith in the Most High. And because of that, you were triumphant. It was like you were already who you were going to be. They were trying to change your fate or destiny swap or keep this masculine with them. This is giving me like a coven of vampires. Like this masculine is being drained for his smacks. Yeah, for rewards. Hmm. Wow. Yeah. Because they're trying to transform, they want to change. They're trying to transform in something. I feel like these are some people that they look young, but really at night they turn into some old hag looking real life witches. They're draining the life out of some masculine. Hmm. And he feel way down. Mm, mm, mm. Well, family, that is the message, okay? Woo, I hope it provides some clarity for y'all, all right? I hope it provides y'all with some clarity. Hmm. There's definitely a masculine that's being drained by three witches that had something to do with you losing your damn dog and possibly even hmm, a parental parent because they was working on it. They was working on a lot of things. You could have lost a parental parent. Sorry, my condolences if you did. I don't know who this is resonating with, but woo wee. These, yeah, look, look at that. Mortal, Fight Night, and Fragile. Look, these people here, nobility, honor, high standards. Look, if somebody wanted to put some sort of death spell onto you where you had some sort of heart attack or something, it just got returned to sender. Because you're held in high honor and you have high moral standards and values. So whoever wanted to wish some sort of unaliving or death spell magic on you pertaining to your heart or some sort of mortal fight night, it says here that death will come. I feel like it's gonna come to them. They shouldn't have did that to you, family, because you're noble and you're held in high honor. So whatever they did, Spirit is saying they have cleansed that up. It's getting ready to be returned to them. This was a transition. So there's some sort of spreading of a condition or an influence or an impact. And I feel like your spirit team heard what it was. And yeah, somebody tried to do something to you to affect your wealth. I mean, your wealth and health. Okay. And it has been returned to sender. Any ailment, anything that they thought, it has been returned to sender. Yep. And now they have knowledge of this, and love conquers all. Your love for the divine conquers all. So now somebody is knowledgeable and they're learning that whatever they did, it is being returned to sender. You were already educated in your Akashic records long ago. They're starting to understand that, yeah, you have been enduring these times that these people have been putting you through, and you've been enduring it with loyalty to the Most High. The Most High is your eternal love. That's where your lasting commitment is at. You have devoted and dedicated your life to the Most High, and because you've done that, for whatever endings they thought they were getting ready to cause you. These people about to, I'm telling you, they dog and they heart. Mm, mm, mm. Because they were attacking you. Yeah, because Auntie Hero coming in. Auntie Hero ain't playing no games about you. This is the maverick, the risk taker, and the ruler, and the um, rule breaker. And that's your energy. Mm-hmm. All right, family. So I'm going to leave that there for y'all. Woo, hopefully bring some clarity. All right, let's close out. Thank you so much, Divine, for allowing me to be here to deliver this message. At this time, I ask that you keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.